there was a big development in round 5 of the tournament, and that was we have a new leader now. That leader has emerged on 5 points, and there is a lot of people on four below him. So this round, it was basically an upset, you can call, I guess, because there's a rating gap of 200 points between Drew and Samarth in chess.com, I mean. So basically, it was a Stafford gambit by Drew. Let me take you to the opening. The blunder happened at the last. There was just one mistake. It was a fine position for Samarth. He threw the advantage away, but then one blunder cost him the game itself. So let's see what happened. The opening is interesting because it is a Stafford gambit. It's an opening. It's a gambit in Petrov's defense. Takes knight c6. Basically, black has given up a pawn for better development. You can see active bishops, easier development for black. So e5 is one of the best moves for white. Knight moves, bishop e6, castles, bishop c5, h3. Okay, so Stafford has gone wrong for Drew basically, because if you are playing the Stafford, you're playing for some sort of attack on the king side. If you are going to castle, then there is no advantage for black. I mean, there's no compensation. There's not enough compensation for the pawn. So the move that Drew should have played was queen h4, threatening the bishop. And when bishop moves, you can start playing moves like knight h3, and there is too much action on the king side. But okay, he went castles d4. So Summer takes the advantage. Takes, queen f3, all fine. King h2, good move. Rook moves, queen moves, bishop takes, pawn takes, still all good. Rook e1, queen moves. Here f5. Here Summer played e6, which is kind of unnecessary. Once you push that pawn is a weakness. And Summer had to just develop the pieces, but he can't develop the knight there. So he'll have to bring it to a3, c4, e3, which was still fine. There is not much going on here. I mean, rook can't come up, pawn doesn't do anything. So there's no problems here. You can go knight f4, but there's nothing there. So Samarth has all the time in the world to play knight c2, e4 or c4, c2, e3 or c4, e3. But instead he goes for instant push, which is throwing away the advantage. And now he pushes again, and now the advantage is totally gone. White's extra pawn is gone, basically. Drew just picks it up. d5, trying to take this pawn, but there is nothing there. He gives a check, does Drew, and then picks up the pawn. Very good. And here Summer brings out the knight. Takes. Knight comes to an active square. Knight e2 check, king moves. And here came a very big blunder. I mean, sorry, Drew played queen d7. Queen d7 is okay. As in, there are better squares for the queen, but queen d7 is perfectly all right. For example, queen e6 may be better, but okay, queen d7. And here came the big blunder from Samarth, the move that cost him the game. He played rook takes a6. Can you spot what happened next? What can black do? Drew would have found it instantly. Sorry. Yeah, it's a mate in two. Queen check and checkmate. It's like Anastasia's mate. The knight is covering the escape square. And instead of something covering the h5, the queen has gone to give checkmate. So it was just this blunder that cost the game for Samarth. So you cannot afford to be careless like that when you're playing a tournament. Something similar happened in this game. So let me give you this as an additional exercise. Can you find out the mate in two that white can do in this position? Krishnadev has a great position. He's up by a ton of material. But how can you finish the game in two moves here? Can you find the moves Krishnadev played? Yeah, it is bishop g5, king moves, and knight e7. Kind of similar to the other pattern. This time the knight gives a checkmate, queen is covering the h5. So with that, Drew is on 5, lot of players on 4, and then 3.5 we've got one player, and then lot of players on 3. So one round left, and it will decide who gets the prize and who does not.